Humanity's retaliation was so savage, the galaxy went quiet. The stars outside the windows of the Aurora seemed calm, distant, and indifferent. Commander Alex Turner sat in the captain's chair, hands folded on his lap, staring at the dark stretch of space ahead. For years, humanity had watched the galaxy from afar, sending probes and observing the great alien empires from the safety of Earth. Now Alex was part of humanity's first serious attempt to step into that wider universe. The mission was simple, at least in theory. They were to visit the Varos system, a cluster of planets on the edge of human-mapped space, and establish contact. Trade, friendship, exploration. This was the language they intended to speak. But Alex knew the galaxy did not always answer in words. "Commander," a voice said from the communications console. It was Zoe Price, young but sharp, with quick hands and an even quicker mind. "I'm picking up a signal from the surface of Varos. 3. It's odd. It's coded, and the pattern isn't human."
Alex leaned forward.
"Show me." Zoe typed quickly, her fingers flying over the keys. Numbers, symbols, and shifting lines of code scrolled across the screen. The signal was desperate, almost alive in the way it pulsed. "It's a distress call," Zoe said. Her voice was tight. "And it's from humans." I can't believe it. But, yes, there are human signatures there. Alex felt a cold knot in his stomach. Humanity had colonies scattered across the galaxy, some hundreds of light years away. They were small, self-sufficient, and almost always out of contact with Earth. To hear a human call for help here meant something had gone terribly wrong. "Plot a course," Alex ordered. "We're going down." The Aurora shuddered as its engines powered up. Lily Martin, the pilot, worked the controls with calm precision. She was young, full of energy, and fearless, qualities Alex appreciated. The ship slid forward, leaving the empty blackness of space behind, moving toward the light of Varos. 3. As they approached the planet, the signs of trouble became obvious. Cities that should have been bustling were silent. Smoke rose in thin columns from broken buildings, and above it all, massive ships hovered, their dark metal casting long shadows over the surface. These ships were not human. "They're aliens," Alex said, his voice low. He had studied alien designs from Earth intelligence, and there was no doubt in his mind. "And they're armed." On the surface, humans moved like shadows hiding among ruins. The colony had been attacked suddenly, without warning. Alex felt anger rise, sharp and hot. This was no random encounter. Someone had chosen to enslave humanity. "Zoe," he said, "get me a direct channel. I want to talk to whoever is in charge here." Zoe hesitated. "I don't think they'll answer. The signals are heavily scrambled. They might be using humans as, I don't know, labor or worse." Alex clenched his fists. Worse. That word made him shiver. Worse meant torture, imprisonment, and a cruelty beyond understanding. Humanity had faced war before, on Earth, but this was different. This was in space, against beings who had no regard for human life. The Aurora landed in a clearing near the colony's center. Dust rose as the landing thrusters pushed the ground away. Alex, Lily, Zoe, and Ethan Brooks, the engineer, prepared to step out. They wore standard environmental suits, but Alex knew that protection would not stop alien weapons. From the shadows of the ruined city came movement. Figures emerged, tall and thin, with shimmering armor that reflected the dying sunlight. They carried strange weapons, ones that hummed and pulsed with energy. The humans hiding behind the walls froze, their eyes wide with fear. "Stay calm," Alex whispered. "We are here to help." The aliens noticed the humans first, then turned toward the newcomers. One of them stepped forward, its voice strange, echoing in the air like metal grinding on stone. Somehow, though, Alex understood it. Not the words exactly, but the meaning. Threat, command. Kill if necessary. Alex raised his hand slightly, a universal gesture of peace. "We are not here to fight unless you force us. We come to help." The alien commander tilted its head. Then it moved, swiftly, almost too fast to follow. A human was pulled from the shadows. The human cried out. A young man named Tyler, a colonist who had been hiding for days. Alex's heart clenched. "Do not harm him," Alex said. The alien's weapon hummed. Tyler was thrown to the ground, unharmed but trembling. The alien commander stared at Alex, and in that moment, Alex realized something. These beings did not see humans as equals. They saw humans as property, tools, or worse. Lily stepped forward. "Commander, we can't just stand here. We have to do something."
Alex nodded. "We will."
But first, we need information. Dowie knelt next to her console, tapping rapidly. I can access their communication network from here. I might be able to learn their plans, their strength, everything. "Do it," Alex said. Minutes passed. The tension was unbearable. Every movement, every breath seemed loud in the silent ruins. Then Zoe's voice broke the quiet. "I've got it," she said. "They've enslaved humans for labor, but their real plan, it's worse. They're experimenting on the colonists, trying to change them, make them tools, weapons. I don't even know how to describe it." Alex felt bile rise in his throat. He had expected cruelty, but not this, not experiments. Not the complete stripping of human life and dignity. "We have to warn Earth," he said, "and we have to stop this." The aliens, sensing their communication breach, reacted violently. Energy blasts lit up the sky, cutting through buildings. Alex, Lily, and Ethan took cover behind a broken wall. Tyler and the other colonists scrambled for safety. "This is insane," Ethan muttered. "We're outnumbered, outgunned." Alex looked at him, and his expression was cold. "Yes, but we are human, and humans don't give up." Lily gritted her teeth. "Then we fight smart, not just hard." Together they moved through the ruins, helping as many colonists as they could. Alex coordinated with Zoe, who hacked into alien systems to create confusion, open doors, and disable some weapons. Slowly they managed to gather a small group of survivors. But the cost was heavy. Buildings collapsed, fires burned, and every step brought more danger. Yet through it all, Alex felt something he hadn't felt in years. Hope. Hope that humanity could survive this. Hope that humanity could strike back. By the end of the day, the Aurora crew and the colonists had found temporary shelter. They had fought, survived, and learned. And Alex knew that what they had seen was only the beginning. As night fell, the sky of Varos quiet again, but not peaceful. The stars shone down on burned ruins and frightened humans, and above them, the alien ships remained, watching. Alex stood at the edge of the shelter, looking at the stars. "Humanity," he said softly. "They think we are weak. They think they can break us. They are wrong." Tyler, sitting nearby, looked up. "Commander, what can we do? We're just a small group." "They have the whole planet." Alex turned to him. His eyes were steady, his voice calm but full of fire. "We fight. Not because we will win today, but because we must. Humanity doesn't ask permission to survive. We take our place, no matter the cost." Lily came up beside him, brushing soot from her hair. "Then we make them regret ever touching humans," she said. Alex smiled faintly. "Yes, we make them regret it. And we show the galaxy that humans are not to be underestimated." That night, as the humans huddled in their shelter, a plan began to form. Not just to survive, not just to escape, but to strike back. Because for the first time, humanity had seen what it was up against, and the answer was clear. The galaxy had underestimated humans, and that would be their first and last mistake. The aurora rose from the ruined surface of Varos, 3 with quiet determination. Commander Alex Turner looked at the stars ahead, his mind already calculating what needed to be done. Humanity had been attacked, enslaved, and humiliated. Now it was time to fight back. "Alex, we can't just rush in," said Lily Martin, her hand steady on the controls. "Their fleet is bigger than anything we faced before. We need a plan. Alex nodded.
I know, but we have something they don't. Our minds, our courage, and our willingness to take risks they would never understand.
Zoe, can you reach Earth? Zoe Price's fingers danced over the console. Yes, but it will take time. We have to encode the message so the aliens can't intercept it. And Earth might not believe the scale of what we've seen.
We'll make them believe, Alex said firmly. They need to know that humans are in danger.
And they need to know that humans will not kneel. Ethan Brooks, the engineer, leaned over a schematic of the alien ships. They're advanced, yes, but they rely on predictable formations and routines. If we can exploit that, we can strike smart, not just hard. Exactly, Alex said. We fight where they least expect it. The message was sent, and within hours Earth responded. Fleets that had been preparing quietly for exploration were mobilized for war. Humanity had underestimated the galaxy before, but now the galaxy would underestimate humans at its own peril.
The first target was the alien supply base orbiting the planet Torben 5.
Humanity's first retaliation had begun, and it spread like wildfire. The next mission was riskier. A larger fleet of alien vessels had gathered near the planet Verel, where another human colony was being held. This time the humans would not just strike, they would rescue. Admiral Grace Sullivan, Earth's military leader, joined Alex in planning the operation.
This will be dangerous, she said.
Many of you may not return. Alex met her eyes. Then we make it count. We cannot let humanity be enslaved while we watch. The rescue fleet left Earth orbit under the cover of darkness. The humans moved quickly, using stealth and speed rather than brute force. Zoe hacked into alien communications, feeding false reports of attacks on distant planets. The aliens were distracted and confused. When they arrived at Verel, chaos reigned. The alien fleet was larger, but humans had the advantage of surprise. Lily piloted small assault ships through the gaps in the defenses, while Alex led the main force in the Aurora. The battle was fierce. Alien weapons fired in beams and pulses, cutting through metal and stone. Human ships dodged and returned fire with precision. Ethan's modifications to the weapons allowed beams to penetrate alien shields, and Zoe continued to disrupt their networks. On the surface, human captives saw the ships arrive and dared to hope. Tyler, the colonist who had survived Varos. 3. Organized small groups to aid the landing forces. The humans worked together, fighting back against their captors wherever they could. Alex led the charge onto the main station. "Clear every room," he shouted. "We are not leaving anyone behind." The aliens fought fiercely, but the humans were relentless. They had something the aliens had not: determination, courage, and the knowledge that they were fighting for their people, their home, and their freedom. By the end of the battle, the human fleet had taken control. Colonists were freed, alien ships destroyed or disabled, and the station was left in human hands. The cost had been high, but the victory was undeniable. As the humans left Verel, Alex looked at the freed colonists. "We are just beginning," he said. "We will not stop until humanity is safe everywhere." Lily smiled, tired but proud. "And they'll never forget us." Zoe looked at her console, watching the aliens scramble to regroup. They won't know what hit them, and Earth will see that humans fight differently. They fight smart, and they fight together. Ethan cleaned his tools, preparing for the next assault. This is only the start. They'll come after us harder, but we'll be ready. We always are. As they returned to space, news from other systems began to reach them. Human retaliation was spreading faster than anyone expected. Colonies were being freed, supply lines disrupted, and the aliens began to hesitate. The galaxy had underestimated humanity, and that mistake was about to cost them dearly. Alex gathered the crew. "This is not just a fight," he said. "It's a message. Humanity will not be enslaved. Humanity will not be broken. And humanity will not be ignored. From now on, every alien that thinks of us as weak will learn what it means to cross a species that fights for its people." The crew nodded, understanding the gravity of what they were doing. They were not just soldiers. They were the beginning of a new era for humanity, an era where humans would fight back fiercely and without mercy when necessary. The galaxy was wide and dangerous, but humans had already shown their edge. With courage, strategy, and unity, they could strike anywhere, anytime. The aliens had underestimated them, and that would be their first and last mistake. In the darkness of space, the Aurora sailed on, leaving a trail of hope and fear. Hope for humans who had been enslaved, and fear for the aliens who had thought themselves superior. Humanity's first retaliation had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same. Alex Turner stood at the bridge, looking at the stars. "This is only the beginning," he said quietly. "The galaxy thinks it has seen humans. It has not. Soon, they will understand, and when they do, the silence of fear will spread across the stars." Lily laughed softly. "Sounds like we're about to make history." "Yes," Alex said, his voice steady. "And history will remember that humans never back down. That humans fight smart, fight together, and fight to survive. And when humans fight, the galaxy goes quiet." The Aurora moved on, carrying its crew and the liberated humans deeper into the unknown. The first steps of humanity's savage retaliation had been taken, and as the stars stretched endlessly ahead, one thing was clear. The galaxy had no idea what was coming. The humans did not stop. After the victory at Birel, humanity's fleet spread across the outer systems with a speed and precision no one expected. Commander Alex Turner watched from the bridge of the Aurora, thinking of the next move. Humanity had shown strength, but now it was time to show something else. They could strike anywhere, anytime, and no one could predict how. "Alex," Lily Martin said, glancing at the navigation screen. "Sensors are picking up multiple alien fleets near the Curvin cluster. They're moving fast and they have heavy weapons."
Alex leaned forward. "We don't have to fight them head on. Not yet. We need to hit where it hurts the most."
Ethan Brooks pointed at the tactical map. "There are supply hubs, repair stations, communication towers. We can take them out in one coordinated strike. It'll slow them down and make them vulnerable." Zoe Price nodded. "And I can scramble their communications. If we hit multiple locations at once, they won't know what's real and what's false. Confusion is our weapon." Alex smiled faintly. "Exactly. Humans don't just fight with guns and ships. We fight with strategy. We fight smart." The first target was the central repair station in the Curvin cluster. It was heavily guarded, with dozens of alien vessels patrolling its perimeter. But intelligence showed a weakness: a narrow approach through an asteroid belt. Lily's skill as a pilot would be the key. As they approached the belt, the Aurora weaved through the asteroids like a predator. Every move was precise, every calculation critical. Alex's crew worked as one, each understanding their role and trusting the others to do the same. "They're trying to track us," Zoe said, eyes fixed on the console. "Adjusting sensors now." "Yes, I've scrambled their scanners. They won't see us until we strike." Ethan readied the weapons. "The disruption pulse will hit first, then the main attack. Timing is everything." Lily nodded. "We go in slow and steady. One wrong move, and we're toast." The Aurora entered the heart of the belt. Rocks flew past the ship, some grazing the hull. Explosions echoed in space as hidden mines were triggered. But Lily's hands were steady. Alex's calm voice guided them. "Now," he said. Ethan activated the pulse. Alien shields flickered and shimmered, weakening just enough. Then the weapons fired. Energy beams struck the repair station, cutting through its armor. Supply ships exploded, debris scattered across the belt, and alien crews scrambled in panic. Zoe hacked further, sending false reports of attacks on distant sectors. The aliens were confused, unsure where to defend first. Some fleets moved in the wrong direction, wasting time and energy. "Pull back!" Alex ordered. "Time to disappear before they recover." Lily turned the ship sharply, weaving through the belt again. The attack was a success. Humans had struck with precision, leaving destruction behind and fear in the hearts of the aliens. Word of the strike spread quickly. Colonists and human outposts began reporting alien forces retreating or surrendering without a fight. Humanity's retaliation was no longer just revenge. It had become a symbol of power. But Alex knew they could not stop. The aliens would regroup. They would strike back harder, and when they did, humans needed to be ready to strike again, faster, smarter, and more brutally. The next operation was larger and riskier. Several human fleets were gathering near the planet Dravon, where another alien stronghold had enslaved humans for labor. This time, the goal was not just destruction. It was a full-scale assault to free the captives and send a clear message. Admiral Grace Sullivan joined Alex on the planning deck. "This will be the biggest operation yet," she said. "We could lose ships. We could lose lives. Are you ready for that?" Alex met her gaze. "We're ready. And they need to know one thing. Humans will not be broken. We will fight, and we will win." The fleets moved like a storm through space. Smaller ships distracted alien patrols while the main strike force approached the stronghold. Zoe continued her work, scrambling communications, opening false channels, and creating chaos. The aliens did not know where to defend first. Lily led a squadron of assault ships through a narrow passage in the asteroid field, striking at weak points in the alien defenses. Explosions lit up space as the assault began. Humans fought with precision, each ship moving like a part of a larger machine. On the surface, Alex led a team of boarding parties, moving from building to building, freeing human captives and disabling alien equipment. Tyler, now hardened by previous battles, helped guide the freed humans to safety. "This is incredible," he said, eyes wide with disbelief. Humans are actually doing this!" Alex did not answer. He was too focused on the battle. But inside, he felt the same awe. Humans were proving something that no alien had expected. They were relentless, strategic, and fearless. Hours passed, and by the end of the day, the human fleets had taken control of the stronghold. Alien ships were destroyed or disabled. Human captives were freed. And the aliens who remained were left shaken, knowing that they had underestimated their enemy. Back on the Aurora, Alex gathered the crew. "This is what we can do," he said. "When humans fight together, when we use our minds and our courage, we can overcome any force, and the galaxy will remember it."
Lily smiled.
"They'll think twice before touching humans again," Zoe added. "Or maybe they'll run. Fear spreads faster than armies." Ethan nodded. "And they'll never forget the price of underestimating us." Alex looked at the stars. This is the beginning of humanity's edge. Not just strength, not just technology, but something more. Humans fight smart. Humans fight together. And humans fight with a will that no one can break. Over the next weeks, the human fleet struck multiple targets across the galaxy. Supply lines, communications hubs, outposts, everything the aliens depended on began to crumble. Wherever humans appeared, they left destruction and fear, but also hope for enslaved colonies. The aliens tried to respond. Fleets gathered, weapons charged, and orders were shouted across vast distances. But humanity was faster, smarter, and more coordinated. Zoe's hacking made it impossible for the aliens to know where to defend. Ethan's modifications to the weapons allowed humans to strike with precision. Lily's piloting ensured that no ship was lost unnecessarily, and Alex's leadership tied everything together. A single mind directing chaos into victory. Colonists freed by humans began to fight alongside them, small groups forming militias, providing intelligence and assisting in battles. Humans were no longer just soldiers. Every liberated person became part of the fight. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. By the time they reached the edge of the Curvin cluster again, the aliens were in retreat. Entire fleets disappeared from communication, afraid to engage humans directly. Fear had taken hold. The galaxy was beginning to go quiet as word of humanity's relentless retaliation spread faster than anyone could track. Alex turned to his crew. "Do you feel it?" he asked. "The galaxy is watching. Every ship we strike, every colony we free, it spreads a message. Humans are not weak, humans are not prey. And when humans fight, no one survives unscathed. Lily nodded.
And the more they fear us, the more control we have over the battle. Fear can be a weapon too.
Zoe smiled faintly. They'll think twice before attacking a human colony ever again. Ethan leaned back, exhausted but proud. This is bigger than we imagined. Humans are changing the galaxy, one strike at a time. Alex looked out at the stars. Yes, and we're just getting started. The galaxy will remember this. They will remember what it means to underestimate humans. And when they do, they will see how savage humans can be. At that moment, a signal came from Earth.
Admiral Sullivan's voice echoed through the bridge. Alex, the President wants to speak with you.
Humanity is watching. Your actions are inspiring hope and fear across the galaxy. They want to know, what's next?
Alex took a deep breath. What's next, he said slowly, is to keep fighting.
To show the galaxy that humans will not stop until every colony is safe, and to make sure every alien that thinks of us as weak learns the price of crossing humanity. The signal ended. Alex turned to his crew. Prepare for the next strike. Gather the ships. We will move faster and hit harder. The galaxy thinks it knows humans. It doesn't. Soon they will understand. And when they do, the silence will be complete. Lily, Zoe, Ethan, and Tyler nodded. They had seen the fear in the eyes of the aliens, felt the hope of the liberated humans, and understood the scale of what they were doing. Humanity's retaliation was no longer just a response. It had become a storm that would sweep across the stars. And in the darkness of space, the humans moved again, faster, smarter, and more fearless than ever before. The galaxy was beginning to understand a new truth. When humans fought, they fought with more than weapons. They fought with courage, unity, intelligence, and an unbreakable will. And the more the aliens learned, the quieter the galaxy became, until only one thing remained: the unstoppable force of humanity. The galaxy had grown quiet. Not peaceful, but quiet. Ships no longer patrolled the outer systems as boldly as before. Alien fleets that had once filled the void of space were now scattered, hiding, or silent. Everywhere intelligence reports spoke the same words. Humans had struck, and the message was clear. Commander Alex Turner looked at the stars from the bridge of the Aurora. The battlefields behind them were littered with debris, but the humans were still moving forward. The victories were many, but the cost had been high. Every colony freed, every supply line destroyed, reminded humanity that war was never easy. But it also reminded the galaxy why humans were never to be underestimated.
Alex, Lily Martin said quietly, looking over the navigation panel. The systems we liberated are reporting no new attacks.
Even the largest fleets aren't responding. Alex nodded slowly. They are afraid. They know we will not stop. Every strike we made, every colony we freed, it built a reputation they cannot ignore. Fear is spreading faster than we ever could have imagined. Zoe Price's fingers flew over the console. I'm monitoring communications across multiple sectors. Most alien networks are down. Some are trying to send messages, but they are too scared. They are talking about surrender, hesitation, and avoidance. The galaxy is essentially frozen. Ethan Brooks shook his head. We never thought humans could make this much difference. We just wanted to survive. And now, the galaxy is listening. Alex allowed himself a small smile, not listening, waiting, hoping humans don't come for them next. The Aurora traveled to the edge of the Scifi system, where reports had come of remaining alien operations. On arrival, they found abandoned stations, supply depots burned or disabled, and fleets that had once seemed intimidating scattered across orbit. The humans moved carefully, but there was no resistance. The aliens had learned the cost of fighting them. Tyler, now a hardened veteran of multiple battles, spoke quietly as he looked at the empty docks. They are gone. They've left. Just like that. Alex turned to him. Not gone. Waiting. Watching. Calculating. They know we strike fast and hit hard. They also know humans fight for more than survival. We fight for each other, and they cannot match that. Lily laughed softly. We've become the storm they never saw coming. Zoe's voice broke in. Commanders, I am monitoring alien fleets in multiple sectors. Some are attempting to rebuild, but they are disorganized. They keep retreating at the first sign of human presence. This is unlike anything in recorded galactic history. Alex leaned back, thinking. Humanity had changed. Once seen as weak, dependent, and insignificant, humans had now become the measure of power in the galaxy. And it was not just the ships, weapons, or technology. It was the will, the courage, and the unity that no alien species had ever seen before. Admiral Grace Sullivan contacted Alex. Her voice was calm, but carried weight. Commander, reports indicate almost complete cessation of hostile activity across multiple systems. Colonists are sending messages of thanks and relief. Entire alien fleets are avoiding human-patrolled space. Humanity has made its mark. How do you advise we proceed? Alex paused. We maintain pressure, not to destroy unnecessarily, but to ensure the galaxy understands that humanity will not be pushed, enslaved, or ignored. Let them see the cost of underestimating humans. That alone will prevent future attacks. Lily smiled. We are leaving a long-lasting message.
Exactly, Alex said.
A message written in courage, unity, and strength. The galaxy will remember it for generations. The humans moved through systems, providing aid to freed colonies and securing resources. They rebuilt what they could while maintaining military presence. Humans had learned from the past that survival depended on preparation, and preparation now became a form of protection for all who had suffered under alien oppression. Tyler guided freed colonists in organizing local defenses, teaching them how to maintain their systems, and helping integrate them into the larger human strategy. We are not just rescuers, he told them. We are protectors, and we make sure that no one can ever enslave humanity again. Alex watched the operation unfold. Humanity had become more than just soldiers or fleets. They had become a symbol of defiance and hope. The galaxy had tried to break them. The galaxy had underestimated them. And the galaxy had been wrong. One night as the Aurora sailed through empty space toward the outskirts of the Ceres system, Alex gathered his crew. The stars were bright, but there was a quiet tension in the air.
We have fought hard, he said.
We have freed colonies, destroyed supply lines, and shown the galaxy what humans are capable of. But we must remember, this is not the end. The galaxy will test us again. And when it does, humans must be ready. Lily nodded. Do you think they will ever attack again?
Alex shook his head slowly. Some will try.
But they will think twice. Fear travels faster than fleets. The galaxy has seen the cost of crossing humans, and that lesson will last a long time. Zoe looked up from her console. Even now, communications indicate hesitation and surrender from alien fleets. No one wants to challenge us directly. They are waiting, hiding, and calculating, and every human outpost is stronger than before. Ethan leaned back, tired but proud. We didn't just survive. We became something they couldn't understand. Humans are more than ships and weapons. We are more than soldiers. We are unstoppable when we fight together. Alex smiled faintly. Yes, and that is why the galaxy has gone quiet. They hear our name, see our victories, and realize they cannot win through force alone. Humans fight with heart, mind, and will. And that is something no one can break. Over the following weeks, humanity continued its presence in key systems. Colonies were restored, survivors were guided, and human fleets maintained a careful watch over alien activity. Occasionally, small groups of alien ships tried to engage, only to retreat when confronted. Every encounter reinforced the same lesson. Humans would not bow, humans would not surrender. and humans would fight with all they had. The galaxy was quiet, yes, but it was the quiet of understanding. Humans had forced a pause, not with terror alone, but with courage, strategy, and relentless determination. No alien species dared challenge humanity openly. No colony feared slavery under alien rule. The quiet was proof that humans had become the new measure of power. One evening, as Alex looked at the stars, he thought of Earth, of the colonies, and of every human life saved, and humans continued to patrol, teach, and protect. The galaxy had gone quiet, and in that quiet humans had written their legacy. Alex stood on the bridge, looking out at the endless stars. "We were tested," he said softly, "and we answered. Humanity will no longer be a minor species. Humanity will no longer be ignored, and the galaxy will always remember that when humans strike back, they do so with force, precision, and a will that cannot be broken." Lily, Zoe, Ethan, and Tyler joined him, silent in awe of what they had accomplished. Together they looked at the vast expanse of space, knowing that humans had earned their place among the stars. The galaxy was quiet, but it was quiet because it knew. It knew that humanity had fought, had won, and had changed everything. And in that quiet, humans could finally breathe, ready to protect their people, their colonies, and their future.
Alex whispered, more to himself than anyone else, "The galaxy will never forget us."
And neither will we. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, silent witnesses to a species that had risen from underestimation to dominance. Humanity's retaliation had been savage, precise, and unstoppable, and in the quiet of space, a new order had begun. One in which humans would never be ignored again. Intelligence gathered from the colony and Zoe's hacking had revealed weak points, docking stations where supplies and reinforcements gathered, lightly guarded. It was a risk, but a calculated one. Lily piloted the Aurora through asteroid fields to avoid detection. The small ship moved like a shadow, unseen by the larger alien vessels.
"Almost there,"
Lily said quietly, a grin on her face.
"They won't see us coming."
Alex gave orders calmly, but his heart raced. "Ethan, ready the weapons. Zoe, keep the network scrambled. Lily, I want a clear path for extraction." As the Aurora approached the station, the alien sensors finally caught a glimpse of them. Red lights flashed, and alarms echoed across the base. "They've spotted us," Zoe said. "Now or never." With precise timing, Ethan released a pulse that disrupted the alien shields just enough for their first strike. Energy beams from the Aurora cut through the docking clamps, sending supply ships spinning into space. Explosions lit up the orbit, and the aliens scrambled to respond. Alex directed every move. "Focus on the docks first, then pull back. We're not here to die. We're here to send a message." The aliens tried to chase them, but Zoe had planted false signals, leading their fleet in the wrong direction. Humans struck and disappeared, ghosts of steel and fire. Back on Earth, news of the strike spread quickly. People watched in awe and fear as the first human retaliation succeeded. For the first time, humanity was not the prey. Humans were hunters now. Lily laughed quietly as they left the battle zone. They didn't know what hit them. Alex nodded, but his face was serious. "They'll regroup, and next time they'll come stronger. We have to be ready."
Meanwhile, more colonies called for help.
Humans enslaved, experimented on, or imprisoned sent signals across the galaxy. Alex and his team could not respond to all at once, but they became a symbol of hope. "This is what it means to survive," he said softly. "Not just to live, but to ensure that others may live freely. Not just to fight, but to change the galaxy itself." Lily sat beside him, brushing dust from her jacket. "We've done more than survive. We've made history." "Yes," Alex agreed. "And history will remember this. Humanity will be known not just as survivors, but as a species that will fight back when threatened. That will strike with precision when crossed. That will never be underestimated again." Zoe smiled faintly. "And the galaxy will stay quiet, because they remember what we did. They remember the cost of touching humanity without respect." Ethan added, And every time they hear of human fleets, every time a new colony thrives, that lesson will continue. Humans cannot be ignored. Humans cannot be defeated. Tyler, standing at the edge of the observation deck, looked out at the stars.
Do you think it will always be this quiet? He asked.
Alex thought for a moment. Quiet doesn't mean peace. Quiet means respect. Quiet means fear mixed with understanding. One day the galaxy may rise again, but they will never underestimate humanity. That is the gift we leave them. The humans aboard the Aurora continued their journey. They passed through systems, checking on colonies, securing defenses, and ensuring that the galaxy remembered the force of humanity. Everywhere they went, humans inspired hope among the oppressed and fear among those who thought to harm them. For Alex Turner and his crew, there was no celebration. There was only work, planning, and the knowledge that humans had achieved something unprecedented. They had survived. They had struck back. And they had changed the galaxy forever. One final report came from the Outer Rim. All known alien fleets had ceased coordinated attacks. Most systems were secure. Colonies reported stability and safety.